All right, welcome to the webinar today. It is the 26th of September, and 2011, and today is must-have iPad apps, and so we're going to go through a list of apps for you to use in your classroom or to make your life a little bit easier as well. And so about a handful of them here today, a dozen or so. And so if you want, again, this is archived on the Merved site, and obviously if you're watching it right now, you're watching it as an archive version, and it's under Staff Development, Tech Integration, and clicking the plus sign there, and then Webinar Archive, and right there it'll be, and it'll play. And so that is there. You can always stop it and rewind it. You can go back and take a look if I went too fast over something. And so you'll want to take a look at that if you need that as well. You want to click on the list here in the C list of must-have apps. We'll have that next to the archive here. And what this is going to show you some of the apps that I went through today, as well as a handful more of good apps for you to take a look at. Actually, just by clicking on them will bring you to the App Store for those. Now the cost next to them is the cost associated at the time of this recording. And so they might charge, they might might be free. If they do charge, who knows. And so don't pay too close attention to the cost there. And so that's a couple of things to get out of the way before we get going. And so let's start here by taking a look at my iPad. And so here's my folder of must-have apps that I'm going to go through today. And you'll want to take a look at how to download them or install them on your iPad. What you do is in the App Store, which is right here, we're just going to click on that, and obviously as things get darker and lighter, I'll try my best to keep it so you can see. In the App Store, I like to go, as you see on the bottom here, categories. I have to go to categories. And then up on top here, there's a little search bar, and so you can use that. I like to search up there, so we'll go to freebies is what we're going to search. Freebies will come up. I'll click on it. I can access screenshots here in the App Store. I can look at different things here. And so freebies is free. You can read the different reviews for it, whether or not it's got good reviews, bad reviews. Freebies is an awesome app, and so I highly suggest you get it. Hit the install button. I've already installed it, and download it or install it on your iPad. So, list of must-have apps. While we're talking about it, we might as well jump right into it. Freebies. And what freebies is as certain apps come free, and I know it's not the easiest to see here with my black background, but as apps come free, you can, this app will pick those up. And as you see here, kind of, you can see My Sketch up there, #1 in photography, a pretty good app to have. Originally was $1.99, it now is free. And so sometimes apps do go free in the App Store as it's their anniversary of their release, or they just made 1 million apps or downloads or something. And so just hit free in that app, and it'll send me to the App Store. And once I get in the App Store here, then I just need to download. I hit free, install. It'll ask me for my password. I'll put my password in, and away we go. And then it'll download or install to my desktop, kind of there on my iPad. And so if you don't have freebies, you have to get it, because it is a great app to be able to weed through some of those apps. With 500,000 apps out there and counting, just a way to find some things that are free scroll through it every day. They update it every day, and so get freebies. It will be well worth your time and your money, which there is absolutely none involved. Another way to kind of weed through things is App Shopper. Probably about 10% of my apps that I get come from this one. Otherwise, 90% of my free apps come from freebies. And what this is along the left-hand side here, you can see there's ways to, if I want to go by education, just iPad and education, that is new and it's free. Let's say I just want any updates. And so along the right-hand side here now I can see obviously they're free. Some of them are not free because I did, they maybe were free at some time, but now these are just updates. And so PBS Kids, if I want that one, I just click on it. It'll send me here to show me some things. And then up in the right-hand corner, I just hit buy. You can see that it was free. Send me to the App Store, and I can install it for free. And so that's called App Shopper. You can see up in the right-hand corner, just go to your store, your iTunes or your App Store, type in App Shopper, install App Shopper, and an app to help you find apps. And so an awesome app as well that will help you get through some of that stuff. The next app here is something I found in the freebies app. I actually came across. It's called Discover, and I don't believe it's any longer free. You actually have to pay for this, but you want to hang tight as hopefully it'll come across as being free again sometime. But just take a look at what this app can do. And so on the bottom here I have it says recommended, library, wish list, and for instance, if I want let's say my Kindle app, and now I'll just click on it and it'll bring me this nice map of different apps that are very similar to Kindle. And so we have Nook, and so I'll click on Nook here, and it'll open up another list of apps. Now let's say I want Nook. I just double click on it and it'll send me to a description of it. You can see the rating of it, description, screenshots, and then you just hit, and if you want it, you hit free, and it'll send you to the App Store to download that. And so this one's called Discover with an R at the end of it. And so for instance, again, start over, Skype, and nothing similar to Skype. Well, there they come. And so there's similar to Skype as well. And so you can go from there, double click on something, it's free. Now the way to see that if it's free there right away is next to it, you can see Skype credit here has a money symbol there in the right hand corner, and that way you can tell that it's not free. And so that one is Discover, and keep your eye out for that one as it comes through freebies, because that's an awesome app. Good way to kind of search some different things. The next three I'm going to show you are kind of whiteboard apps. In some classrooms we like to use the whiteboard. If you have the iPad, you have unlimited whiteboard space without the hassle of an eraser. And so what we can do here is we can go download, it's called Doodleboard Lite. And what Doodleboard Lite is a whiteboard, kind of like one of those magnetic boards. You can see the Lite version has ads up top here, and so that's the Lite version. If you have the Pro version, you're not going to have that problem of ads. Take away the ads, and you might have a couple more features as well. But for instance, you got your whiteboard here. I can write my name or whatever. You know, if you have answers, hold up your whiteboard. There it is. Easy to erase. Easy to create darker or lighter font. And so a great way to use a whiteboard in your classroom if your students have iPads, or if you're just going to use it in centers, another way to have your students interact with the iPad. Another way is called Whiteboard Lite. And what this one is a collaborative type of app. And so, for instance, if I'm going to use this app, you can use it alone and write. Or what you can do is connect with somebody. If you had anybody that was on your local Wi-Fi, or connect through Bluetooth, and their name will come up here. You just click on them, and you can connect with those people and interactively create a document as well. And so you can take off those ads there by just clicking on a little button on the bottom, and that will take care of that. If you want to change colors, whatever, save it. You can save it to your photos, you can post it to Facebook, whatever, upload it to an online gallery. You can also open up if you want to choose an existing photo. For instance, I just took a picture of my keyboard here earlier. And now kids can write over that. So here's your home row, here's your space bar, whatever you're doing on that keyboard collaboratively. Granted, the keyboard maybe isn't the greatest example, but another way to collaborate with this app. Two people working on something similar with their iPads. You could do it across your school as long as they're connected to the same Wi-Fi. In your classroom, side by side, each can be working together with their own iPad. So that one's just called Whiteboard. I just go to the App Store and search for Whiteboard. This one's actually just the Lite version, free. There's ads there. Doesn't allow you to do everything maybe that the Pro version can do, but for kind of what you need, it should maybe fit your needs. Another app here is called Show Me. And so this is the Show Me app, and what you'll see here is a whiteboard in the background and a little record button to the left here. And what this one's going to do is actually record what I write on my whiteboard. And so, for instance, for example, I have a kid in math. I want them to show me the process that they went through to solve a problem. And so 1 plus 2 equals 3. Okay. Now, basic math here. I'm not a math teacher, so 1. So I have 1 plus 2 equals 3. Okay, and so show me that process in dots, or show me that whatever. And I'm recording that, and then kid will hit the stop button. Okay, we're going to name it. So I'll just name it my name, save. What's this going to ask me? Do I want to upload it? It's just going to be personal between me and the teacher. Description, I can type in a description right here if I want. If I'm having trouble with something, I'll type in the description, explain my problem, hit finish. It'll upload. And the next screen, what it's going to give me is how do I want to upload it? Do I want to go to Facebook? Do I want to go to Twitter? Do I want to email it? You can direct link there. And so, for instance, if I just want to email it, make it a little darker here so you can see. Ooh, not quite that dark. If I want to email it, there's a little email there. Just click on that, and boom, I put in that information. I put the teacher's information in there. Teacher's email comes from me. They click on it. They can watch that video, maybe make another video showing what I did wrong or whether or not I did it correctly. A great way to do kind of homework that's interactive, collaborative, back and forth between the teacher. Pretty cool app. It's called Show Me. Take a look at that one if you have time. And so Show Me. There's also Screen Chop. Does the same thing. So another option there as well. Next one I'm going to show you here is QR code, QR scanner. And so if you ever get a chance to flip through a magazine, and sometimes you get a chance to see some of those QR codes. For instance, just looking at a magazine here, and I'm going to flip this light on, and you can see in the corner here this QR code. It's kind of difficult to see, but there's a QR code, and so what I'm going to do is I need something to scan that QR code, and so I have scan. I've just gone to the App Store, I've typed in scan, and up pops this, and it gives me an opportunity. It's actually a camera, kind of difficult to see here, but you can, it's kind of dark in here, be able to scan those codes, and it'll bring me to whatever link or information that QR code has behind it. And that QR code has oftentimes a link or personal information behind it, and all you have to do is scan it and it'll send you to that spot. And so a way a teacher could use that, if your kids have iPads, place links behind it, Google Doc behind it, place your classroom information behind it, kid walks in the room, scans it, boom, on their iPad, without them having to type anything in. It's using the camera on your iPad. And so, for instance, two things on products. It'll give you product information, another way to use it as well. And so that's just scan or QR code scanner. We can do a whole other webinar on actually just creating QR codes and using them in your classroom. But take a look at the scanner, try it out and see if you like it. Next one, Flipboard here. Is an awesome app. It allows you to get a ton of information easily, quickly, and in like a magazine type form. For instance, I have CNN on my Flipboard, so I get all the CNN breaking news in magazine form, so you get a chance to see how that flips over. And so kind of just like a magazine there, you can see it. Let's kind of just go a little slower, and it just flips over just like a magazine. So that's Flipboard. RSS feeds, if you know about RSS feeds, that's what you'd use that for. If I had this in my classroom, this is how my kids would get their current events. I would set this up on each iPad and have CNN, student news. I'd actually have my RSS feed set up, West Central Trib, Marshall Independent, and the kids would log in each day, spend 5 minutes reading local news or any current event news. So that's Flipboard. There's also Editions by AOL. It does pretty much the same thing. I really like Flipboard just because the layout is a little bit nicer. The next one is going to be Google. If you have kids that struggle with typing and they need to search something on Google, we just went to the App Store. I typed in Google. This is the Google search assistant, basically, is what it does. And so I'm going to say Minnesota Twins here into this, and it'll search it for me. And so here's a microphone. Minnesota Twins. And so without typing anything, it searched Minnesota Twins for me. Comes up in Google, and then I can search from there. And so another good way to help students who struggle typing on the iPad, and they can search. Now, not the greatest. You got to be pretty articulate when you speak, but nonetheless, it does the same thing. It does a great job. Takes a little bit to maybe learn how to properly say things. You also have the picture, and so you can use your camera, for instance, and take a picture of, let's say I have a Coke can in front of me. I'm going to take a picture of that Coke can, and it'll search Google for Coca-Cola and come up with a Coke website, certain images, things like that, just by taking a picture. And it's hard to do, show that in this format right here with the in the webinar. But Google, kind of a Google search assistant, awesome app for the iPad. You also have Dictionary. Just goes to dictionary.com. If your kids have your iPad, or if you have an iPad, always awesome to have that dictionary handy. It does use the internet, and so you need to be hooked up to the internet if you want to search the internet, or search this app. And so just give it a try. Nice to have that in your pocket using the search. We're going to search for welcome mat. Boom, there's welcome mat. And so pretty cool. Obviously looks like it has ads there throughout, but that's Dictionary. Skype. If you know Skype, just the iPad just came out with the iPad version of Skype. It used to be just iPod version, but access Skype, your Skype friends, video chatting back and forth using the Skype app. I've heard of a school using Skype and disabling the video feature, but the kids were using it as walkie-talkies throughout the school because they could still talk to each other. They could call their friends. Similar, FaceTime does the same thing. But Skype allows you to go outside of that Apple user or Apple interface and use something else. And so Skype, I can talk to my mom and dad who don't have an Apple product at home, and so they just hop on Skype, and I'm holding my iPad and talking to them while I'm sitting at my house, and they have a webcam at home. So that's Skype. Keynote, if you want kids to start creating presentations, things like that, that's Keynote. And it's basically PowerPoint for the iPad. That does cost like $10, but same thing as kind of PowerPoint. Diigo, if you want to access your Diigo bookmarks, they have an iPad app as well, and so you can see different Diigo bookmarks that you have. You have to have your Diigo account set up, but Diigo has an iPad app as well. And the last two here we're going to get into kind of more neat apps is TuneIn Radio. Allows you to listen to radio stations that are streamed over the internet. And the way I use it to listen to the Vikings. I turn off the broadcasters on the TV. And where I live, I can't get any Vikings broadcast, and so, or clearly get any Vikings broadcast, and so I use this app, set the iPad next to me while I'm watching the Vikings, and can listen to the Vikings without any static. Another way to use it, let's say they're playing the Bears, I can listen to the Chicago station if I want to listen to the Chicago side of the broadcast, or if I want to listen to a station out in San Francisco, I can do so. Obviously, if they stream live, not all stations stream live, but some do, and another great way to connect around the country and listen to whatever. I can see this being used in a music classroom. You know, listen to the local station in San Francisco and what are they playing, you know, things like that. And so, awesome app again. Pandora Radio, Internet Radio, different playlists, things like that. Another great app, it's a desktop app as well, or a desktop version of Pandora that they've kind of migrated to the iPad. And so those are the apps that I really enjoy, and I could see some classroom use. Some of them are for you, some of them for your students. Some of them might not fit your needs, some of them fit my needs. But just a handful of apps there that I think would be crucial to have on any iPad. You'll also want to check out if you get into the Google Docs here, or we get into, excuse me, let's go to the Tech Integration page, and the agenda for today has actually a pretty cool link at the bottom of it. Simple K-12 webinar series on iPads. Just by clicking on that, it'll bring me to Simple K-12. It's a blog. We'll see if it's blocked here. Nope. And it'll allow you to use your iPad to share resources, using your iPad to break free. Digital storytelling. These are free webinars that you can sign up for. And so that link is there. I'll also place that link somewhere on the Tech Integration page for you to check out. But that's under simpleK12.com. Free webinars, and so you'll want to check that out as well. Also want to join the Diigo community by clicking on there and clicking join. Don't forget to take a survey as well, even if you've watched this in the archive version. Click on that link there. It'll send you to a survey. Give us your feedback on how we can better serve your needs with the webinars. And then URL to this document, that's out there as well. And feel free to follow me on Twitter. We've been starting I've started my Twitter journey. I also blog about it on the Tech Integration page, but feel free to follow along on my Twitter journey and join Twitter and look for me at braymo22. And so that'll do it for today. Our next webinar will come October 10th as we take a look at Gmail and the different features we have in Gmail and getting used to the Google feel a little bit, as we're going to go through a little bit of a couple Google presentations for you. And we're going to start with Gmail and work our way through Google Docs before Christmas and Thanksgiving. Get back into some content-specific iPad stuff. And so stay tuned for that. And as always, if you have any suggestions or anything that you want to give us feedback on, feel free to do that as well. Just email us here at Merved. So thanks for tuning in today, and our half hour is over, and we'll see you next time.